What's good, everybody? What up, YouTube world? It's your boys, SBX.
And it's your boy RZA the Unknown.
And last but not least, the great Alberto Bankai.
So we all three are basically forming the greatest alliance of YouTube world history. So basically, we are called Shogun Mafia crew, and we'll pretty much talk about the description based on what we're talking about. We're basically, a gaming channel that talks about gaming related topics, and we also talk about rap music and other deep content of what we're discussing on everyday life. So for starters, let me introduce myself. My name is Samurai BX, and I am a YouTuber that discusses about hip-hop related topics, life situations, and gaming. So I own two channels that I do, for one for blogging and another one for just strictly gaming. So if you guys are interested in watching both of my channels, the first one is Samurai BX and another one is SBX Games. So make sure you guys subscribe and tune into my latest videos and whatnot, and my future videos that are going to come up soon. And as for my two other fellow companions, RZA the Unknown, check out his channel. He does strictly walkthroughs and food for thought, and the return of Alberto Bankai.
I did.
So,
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So anyways, guys, what we're going to discuss for the first topic.
Alright, so the first topic should be obvious. We should probably just talk about the Coppa situation. Or at least our inputs in the Coppa situation.
Okay, well, let me just go ahead and start by saying that I've already done a video on it. If you guys haven't heard, make sure you check out my video based on talking about the Coppa Law Act that is going on. So again, I can go ahead and address my opinions one more time for the people. Basically, I feel like for the Coppa Act, despite the fact that YouTube are in trouble with the collecting data from kids or whatnot, and they're trying to put it to the point for all the YouTube creators to upload videos based on making sure that their videos are for or for not for kids. So if it goes both ways, it's going to be complicated, where a lot of YouTubers are losing monetization and revenue and things like that. So because if it's not for kids, it's going to be harder for them to have any comments, watch later, or anything like that, or any type of notification when the next person's video is going to drop. So with the Coppa Act, it's ridiculous, so it's kind of like, just because if you're into video games, animation, and things like that, the FTC is assuming that it's for kids and kids only, which is redundant. So anyways, guys, we are really screwed up with the whole Coppa Act. Hopefully it won't be at the point where we can't have any type of locked in type of vibe where Coppa can't allow us to use our content the way we want it to. So what's your guys' opinion about the Coppa Act, Rizzo?
Alright, let's see. Well, first, my opinion is kind of mixed. Because although we already know that YouTube kind of fucked itself over and threw the YouTubers under the bus for their fuck ups, I kind of can see where Coppa is going, cause for a while, like YouTube was like a gray area for kids. Sometimes some channels are safe for kids to watch. Other times it's not really the best website for kids to be on, especially when you have like situations like this. The when you have situations like what Syndicate did with kids, when he basically made them, when he bribed them out of their money with lottery scheme. And then you have these other YouTubers who are well aware of what the fuck they doing when they have these masks, when they dress up like Spider-Man or Elsa, but they doing like explicit acts while wearing those costumes. And then you also have like creepy people like just fucking you have creepy people using those comments to talk to little kids or lure little kids to some shit. So I kind of can see Coppa. I kind of can see why Coppa's like putting the hammer down, but at the same time, like I said, it's a gray area because especially for like channels like gaming channels or animation channels, because gaming channels, there are times where like people play games that are meant for like family friendly. Like for instance, Dashi, he plays Nintendo games and shit. His channel might fall under the gray area and it might be endangered.
Yeah, and not to mention there's other YouTubers that do like some type of animation too, and they have a little bit of adult content as well.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Okay,
I
go
was
ahead.
getting to that, which is the big issue. Like the one big issue that Coppa has that YouTube has never fucking tried to establish or fix themselves is the miscommunication between content creators and the YouTube shit. Cause like most people who are in that gray area, majority of their viewers are actually kids, or actually people from like not elementary, I want to say high school or middle school at best.
That's true.
And because Coppa won't really know that for sure, that puts those YouTubers, especially us, in danger of getting fined $42,000. Like that's one of my major issues with this Coppa situation. Like if they don't try to put in the put in the effort or a better effort to like communicate with us to at least see what type of viewers we're trying to get, then this whole Coppa Act situation where they trying to fix YouTube is really gonna break the shit even more.
That's true. So what about you, Alberto, about Bankai? How you feel about that?
Well, first and foremost, I gotta say nobody's gonna be eating dinner tonight because this video won't be monetized thanks to a regular unknown. So that's just a little bit, yeah. That one cuss word, we not even getting monetized now. Nobody's got to eat dinner. Anyways, so besides that, I think it's ridiculous because I feel like not everything on YouTube is for kids. It should be like, I feel like YouTube measurement, what they're doing for like the Coppa Act or whatever is ridiculous, but I feel like it is needed because nowadays, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I know I have like 28 nieces and nephews, and all they do is stay on YouTube, So I feel like at some point we have to protect the kids, but I feel like also it should be some more adult measurements to where it should be stuff that's locked to where kids can't get to. Unless like, they really have like, unless they're like really smart to get to that stuff. I mean, let's be honest now. Kids aren't going to be looking for this type of stuff unless they're really, really,
If they're naughty.
Like, yeah. I mean, so let's just be real
think about it this way. Think about it this way, bro. My generation found out about porn and shit through used to be a neutral website called Newgrounds.
Yeah, remember those days.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you got kids who don't really have like a kid-friendly email. They be using either their parent email or they just go on YouTube as a guest login. And as a guest login, you can pretty much have open doors to every content creator there is.
No, not really.
Except for those who have like explicit content.
Yeah, but even still, kids can even lie about their age, it does really make a difference. And the FTCs are really aware of that, and just everybody in general. So they making it seem as if this is just a beginning of a phenomenon, which is really not. And the porn situation, if you go online, you know, even I was a kid looking through the dirty sites, and you know they had a warning label to make sure if you're under 18, you know, you can't be going on them sites. But when you lie, if you're over the age of 18, you can go on them flick sites. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't make a difference, because it ain't like they can actually see any kids through the computer or whatever, and knowing that they're doing this stuff, you know. So it goes both ways, folks. You know, parents need to make sure that these kids are not supposed to be on them sites or whatever, and on YouTube as well. I mean, hello, that's why there's YouTube for kids, you know, to adventure things that are just in a child's place. So again, guys, this Coppa Act really doesn't make any sense to some degree. I feel like it should have like a kid friendly type of family friendly type of videos, but at the same time you need some for the adults who do enjoy gaming, animation, or whatever. So Coppa says just because you can say cool and what else, certain slang words, rainbow colors, or whatever, in their eye, they assume that, okay, that's just for children, you know. And we living in a day and age is that people still like animation. That's why people who like anime, who watch Adult Swim or whatever, and they forget that, you know, there's South Park, there's Rick and Morty, there's Family Guy, there's The Simpsons, and etc. Boondocks, etc., with adult content that is animated. So, you know.
Yeah, but let me stop you right there. One thing I do have to say is, one thing is the generation from when we were growing up and nowadays, a lot of things have changed. So nowadays, these kids are getting exposed to this stuff early. So
exactly, I agree on that. You know, but instead, you know, I was exposed to these things when I was like 11, 12, 13 years old or whatnot. So yeah, we came from that era, but still, you know, today's kids are smarter than ever compared to what we were when we was kids, you know. So it's kind of like,
I think they do have 16 and pregnant counts, so
exactly. So it's already given us a false representation about humanity as a whole, how you live life, how society is. But I mean,
alright, let me cut in for a second.
All right.
I can agree on some degree, but at the same time, I gotta disagree with the whole YouTube friendly shit, because the whole YouTube for kids thing, the whole YouTube for kids is the reason why we're in this mess to begin with.
I understand that, but
no, hold on. But the reason why I'm saying that is because there was people taking advantage of the YouTube for kids in the first place. That's why we're in this mess. Like, there's YouTubers who use, like, I don't know, I want to say like adult content and colored it as a kid-friendly content and put it on YouTube for kids. So we're kind of in the mess because of YouTube for kids, and because YouTube wasn't really paying full attention to YouTube for kids.
But they should have, you know.
Yeah, they should have. Although as YouTubers, content creators, we do have a sense of responsibility, but we do have a sense of responsibility to know what we're
posting.
Know what type we're posting, and be careful on how explicit our content should be. But at the same time, YouTube should have been on top of all this and actually being more communicative, because there's a lot of instances where a lot of stuff has happened and YouTube was unresponsive when everybody was crying, when everybody was shouting, where is YouTube? What are you gonna do? Like, for instance, remember the whole Logan Paul situation?
Mm-hmm.
Where he literally recorded a freshly suicide victim in the, of course, name in the infamous suicide forest, and everybody was like yelling, YouTube, what are you going to do about this? And it took them almost a month after the video just to respond.
Yeah. But
So
I think it needs to be equality for both kids and adults, but at the same time, I get that the creators like us, we got to make sure that we're setting it for kids. But to me, we need an edge, but at the same time, it needs to be filtered. You know what I'm saying? I think it should go both ways. So to me, a person who don't make like child-friendly content, even for people who are around my same age group or older, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of made it be known that this is like for adults and adults only, you know what I'm saying? But some people who are not trying to target the kids, and they're not cursing or use any profanity, you know what I'm saying? Because people are entertained with these things, so I feel like it's been on TV, it's been on everything. So if the Coppa Act was doing it on TV or whatnot, why is it not doing it like for the point where, like I said, on TV, on like shows that is like rated R or M or TV 14 or whatever, but they're gonna do it on YouTube, so they need to use that platform as if it's like a TV. That's just that's my opinion. Because YouTube is for everybody, just like the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
True. Yeah.
I agree with that. But my thing is with this whole cop situation is like, gamers and animators are falling under the gray area because, like for example, my channel, I actually don't mind having, I don't want to say kids, but my target audience is not really kids. It's more like high school, like people in high school age, or at least I want to say 8th to 7th grade.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see. I mean, for me, I'm just trying to target as anybody as possible, but I can't say that I want to not allow people to not want to watch my channel no matter what age range they are. But people are going to watch whatever they're going to watch no matter what age you are. But specifically, like I said, I'm not trying to target kids, but you guys, like I said, you got these parents allowing their kids to watch whatever they want to watch, and they're gonna feel like they're looking for some type of person to follow, and even if they're not talking about just strictly kid things or whatever. So if there's a kid watch a action movie or whatever, and it's not for kids or whatever, and they like the content, you know what I'm saying? So again, it still doesn't really dictate on how what the kids are going to watch, you know what I'm saying? So it feels like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years old, they're not going to know these things until they're at an older age, like like for example 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 or whatever. They already get the glimpse of what's going on in society in a way. Again, kids are not stupid. I mean, teenagers and stuff like that. So especially if you're a teenager, that's the part when that's pretty much your adolescence. So you have the attributes as an adult in a way, but you consider a minor. But still, that's when
you're considered a minor, but it's like you don't need Coppa. You
don't need no Coppa. What the teenagers is exactly.
Yeah.
But anyways, what is the next topic we can discuss about, guys?
Alright, so you want to start off with this one?
Yeah, let's talk about the lackluster video games. How they always seem to disappoint me, really, every year. Like, man, and I mean, like, it was, what disappointed me was there was rarely any announcement. I mean, in the midst of it, we got the announcement of the PlayStation 5. I mean, PlayStation 5 next year, Xbox X series, and let's talk about the look, the way that thing looks like. Why do it look like
it looked like a house cleaning furniture.
Yeah, it looked like one of those, Alexas or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like a computer tower or something. I was just looking at it like, what is that? Like, can the disc even fit in that? Like, jeez, like, I don't know what they're doing, but man, Xbox, Microsoft, come on now. I know y'all could have came up with a better design, and man, if PlayStation 5 look like that or even worse, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I expect more from me. I expect more.
Well,
Like,
me personally,
like,
I'm looking forward for the next gen of games, like the new PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series, and Google is actually, you know, releasing a new game console called what's it
Stadia.
called? Stadia,
Stadia's already
yeah.
actually been released, and
Yeah,
I heard it's not going so well.
that's because nobody's really buying it.
Nobody's not really buying it, but
Yeah.
it's
Well, I
very
heard people,
underground.
I've seen a few people buy it, and they said it was horrible as well.
But it's supposed to be like the console that is not really a console, but it's like you stream nothing but gaming.
Yeah, pretty
so it's a
much.
console.
So with Xbox and PlayStation, they're trying to be against them, well, against, you know,
I mean,
their
let's be real. It's gonna fail. Like, I have no hope in this thing. Not to be on negative, but I have no hope in this thing whatsoever. And
Yeah.
let's be real. Like, do y'all remember when the Xbox One X was announced? And they was like, we're gonna make it all digital. Then people was looking at them like, are you serious?
right? That's stupid.
Yeah.
But thank God they didn't do it.
Of course, because everybody like there's still people, especially like us, who like digital. Yeah, physical. I mean,
Yeah, physical or I go both ways, but to me, sometimes the digital can be a little bit too expensive. You pick up the copy, a physical copy depends on like how long the game's been in stock or whatever. You know, go for a cheaper price or whatever. But sometimes sales go down if you buy digitally. But anyways, guys, I'm looking forward for the PlayStation 5. I've been a PlayStation person all my life, but if I want to check out like the Xbox Series in the future or whatever, I would with the Xbox X Series. But it looks like a very nice console. But as far as PlayStation 5, they're not really done with the developing on the designs, which they should take time doing it. Nothing ugly or whatever compared to the prototype look. But the ideal is sweet. Like, for example, they will bring back the backwards compatibility, which is amazing because we need that in any console, because we want to, like, for example, if you have a PlayStation 4 and you've had all the PlayStation 4 games, you know, and if you have a PlayStation 5 and there's not much games out on a PlayStation 5, we should just go back to just, you know, playing the games that we play while you're on a PlayStation 5. I wish the 3 and the 4 have done that, because, you know, backwards compatibility was the thing when it was the PlayStation 2 gen. You get to play the PlayStation 1 games and PlayStation 2 games as well. So I remember the first model of the PlayStation 3, the 80 gig, it was backwards compatible, but when the newer models came, it's just they got rid of it. So, you know, for the PlayStation 3, it wasn't as good as the 360, but as a PlayStation fan, I was very devoted to PlayStation all my life, you know. But in my opinion, it's like, since they're bringing it back, I think, you know, question is for both PlayStation and Xbox, will they bring to the point where you can actually not only play PlayStation 4 games, you know, and you don't have to use a PlayStation Now as much, but is it possible for people who still have their old games, like the PlayStation, like I said, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, and Xbox first gen and 360 games as well, to be playing on a newer console, you know, because it will work wonders for everybody to be very nostalgic, you know, let's be real. But only I know is that the PlayStation 5 can reconsider playing PlayStation 4 games, which I believe that's good, in my opinion.
Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like they should be able to play all PlayStation games. You know how much money
I
they would
agree.
make?
Exactly. I believe that. But Sony were too lazy and doesn't have the right motivation to actually do that.
yeah, because last time I checked, I forgot one of the one of the head executives of Sony, he literally admitted that they have no idea what the fuck they're doing when it comes to the backwards compatibility.
Yeah, he wasn't.
They really don't know what the hell they're doing. So that's one of my main issues. Like I'm still going to cop the PS5, of course, but it's like, other than that, I'm not gonna have the highest hope for backwards compatibility.
I keep my hopes up until I know further notice about the backwards compatibility. But there's some they adding in a lot of features, like, you know, if the resolution is going to be still 4K, but at the same time, I think they can still, the lowest they can probably do is 1080 if you have 1080 TV.
Probably have by now.
Yeah, probably by now. And the highest they will do on a resolution is 8K. The question is, who's going to afford the 8K?
Off-topic thing, right quick. There's still some people out there with a box TV.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, that sucks for them. But, you know, hopefully they can afford a new TV by now. But again, the 8K, they were trying to move up on that, you know. But again, a 4K TV costs an arm and a leg. That's like your whole mortgage bill, you know.
Oh yeah,
that's your rent. Unless there's like an adapter that can play to 8K television or a HDI cord to run it to 8K or whatever. But again, we shouldn't really care for graphics like this as of right now. That's something that the PlayStation should rather do until maybe in the next 3 years or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
still, welcome to the new age. So
welcome to the new age. I agree.
Yeah, plus, everybody actually cares about the graphics, bro.
Yeah, but still, we need to work on it. Not just only the graphics, but, you know, the gameplay as wise and certain features or whatever. Because I believe that, you know, there's some games that have great graphics and it sucks game mechanic wise, you know. Like for example, WWE 2K20, you know, that game.
That shit has cartoon graphics.
This game is
about? It has
WWE 2K.
Bro.
Nah, it's
2K19 had good graphics.
Yeah.
2K20, that shit graphics are like cartoons.
It's glitch. It's very glitched. That's the problem. It was too glitchy.
Even before the glitch, when they first was like showing trailers for that shit, it looked very cartoonish to me. It did not look realistic at all.
It looked very realistic to me, but at the end of the day, the graphics was like, the gameplay is still the same shit because it's still 2K. But anyways, point of the matter is, we need better gaming, we need better graphics, we need better everything, you know.
And we need better video game awards.
Exactly.
Amen to that.
Same thing applied to the Xbox, you know, because the Xbox One wasn't popping.
Let me get on this.
Go ahead.
Let me get on this, bro. Because I used to be, well, personally, I didn't care if I had a game system. I played that shit. But I used to be an Xbox fanatic. Xbox 360 was popping. It had all the best games. It had good ass fucking exclusives too. And it had more than just Halo and fucking Gears of War at the time. Now it was like the only good exclusive that Xbox One had was Gears of War and fucking Halo. And Halo 5 bombed badly. That shit bombed. I'm not even gonna act like I'm not even gonna try to act like it did well. Gears is hanging by its teeth. And then on top of that, they did it. I think 2016 E3 they announced another supposedly Xbox only title. It was basically like a game where you can. It's like Devil May Cry, but with fucking dragons and shit, and everybody was hyped for that shit, including me. But they canceled it.
Yeah, I remember something like that.
Yeah, I think it was Scalebound or some shit.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was the perfect game to keep us steady for Devil May Cry 5 to come out. But they canceled that shit like a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah. Clearly.
And then on top of that, although I gotta give Xbox, I gotta give Microsoft props.
Oh.
Nah,
Okay.
even Xbox One, I gotta give them the props on this. When it does come to the subscriptions, they are very customer oriented. They do sometimes listen to their customers. I will give them that.
Unlike Sony.
That's one thing that the PS4 lacked, that the PS3 did well. It lacked in the fucking customer department.
Yeah, they did.
But other than that, what I'm hoping for with the new Xbox console is, like, besides better specs and better graphics, and hopefully gameplay where it won't freeze or shit, because there've been some games where that's happening. Y'all better have more standalone titles. I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see just Gears and Halo. I better see other titles.
Yeah.
Cause I'm planning on getting both. I better see. I better have my money's worth.
True.
How much do y'all think these consoles are gonna go for?
Well,
I feel like, in my opinion, for the PlayStation 5, let's see, maybe around 500, 600. Let me plus tax, probably 600. I mean, that's just, I'm not very good with numbers, but the highest I might say is perhaps 500, and the Xbox One series probably like maybe 400 or the same price. Yeah.
Nah, the Xbox always try to be like cheaper than the PlayStation, especially when it's like their first day sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, day one customers.
Yeah. So they always try to be cheap.
True. That's what I believe, in my opinion, too. But if they're gonna do the same way how they did with the Pro, like maybe 400, that'd be cool. Maybe the same if it's like the S series or something like that. But I mean, let's be real. We're gonna be, you know, a lot of people have to pretty much save a lot of money just to buy the game. Consoles. You know, you and I both, you, Al, everybody, I will have to just, you know, save up our money no matter how we get it. If we get better jobs, if we have to beg for money, if we have to rob motherfuckers and selling drugs.
Oh wait, hold on. What you said about us not eating?
Oh, you already ruined that for us. Oh.
Nah, bro. Nah, that was only one curse word. That was only one curse word. I ain't say nothing else after that.
You said 2 curse words, in fact.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, so don't.
Shut up. We wasn't eating dinner anyway, to be honest.
We can't get that monetization. Nobody eating dinner tonight.
Bro, they've been changed that shit.
Having news.
Yeah, they've been changed that.
Yeah, they've been changed. It doesn't. Releasing a video doesn't matter no more.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Being stupid. Oh my god, okay, Virgil just beating my ass. Okay.
So what else we have to talk about next, guys?
So we covered the video game award. Covered Coppa. What's the next one?
What was it? Oh. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Let me see if there's any more topics I got. Unless one of y'all want to like throw in a random topic we can all talk about.
I'm not sure what else.
There is one more. Game Freak.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Game Freak, and they just continent, like the missing continent Pokemon. How they're hiding the hashtag Game Freak Live. Yes, we're still on that. What's up with Game Freak? They used to be like one of my favorite developers, and now it's like I don't even know what's going on with them.
Yeah, that's really awkward. You know what I mean?
Pokemon in the game that's, you know, that they're not even trying to do anything with. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. I'm not really sure about, you know, the Game Freak situation, but the way how they're doing it is kind of screwed up.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're kind of like screwing all of the customers out of, a good, possible, potentially good game. Bad enough when the game's released, it's like, come on, man, but
Yeah.
it's just crazy that they're cutting Pokemon from the game, and I feel like, and rumor has it that it's supposed to be a new Pokemon game next year, which is like, what's up with all these Pokemon games every year?
What the fuck?
Just make it.
When?
Didn't Sword and Shield just come out?
Yep. But rumor has it that it's in the works, and I think it's supposed to be a remake of Diamond and Pearl. And not only that, but also, it's Diamond and Pearl, so people are going to buy it. That was the first Pokemon game that actually had like online features and all that type of stuff. So, not only that, but I heard also a rumor for Sword and Shield Part 2.
Oh
Jesus
man.
Christ, they just trying to milk the fuck out of y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. Look at it like this: the Pokemon game that came out, Sword and Shield, was the best-selling game on the Switch. Like, and the Switch been out for 2 years. You would thought that the best-selling game would have been Odyssey or Zelda, but that wasn't the case.
Well, not really. I can see why it won't be Odyssey.
Well, at least Zelda. Like,
Yeah, at least Zelda though.
I mean, come on now. You've been playing it yourself lately, haven't you?
Yeah.
What you think about it?
Shit, Zelda was worthy of his fucking title. Yeah.
So, but
Jesus Christ.
yeah, they're just milking at this point. I feel like they're just milking Pokemon, especially for it to be a console game. I mean, you could add DLC in there, and it would make it way better. But I could clearly see that they're not doing that. I don't know what Game Freak is doing at this point. It's like,
Yeah. I find it really ironic though, guys.
yeah. And as a Pokemon fan, we've been a Pokemon fan since '97. It's ridiculous to me. So.
Yeah. It is really ridiculous. Like, that's just messing up and screwing up like a lot of fans who are into the Pokemon games, from different gens or whatever, and you're not going to put that in Game Freaks. That's kind of like ridiculous. I mean, I haven't really gotten to the new generation of Pokemon games, but from the N64 days and Game Boy Color and all that, and the DS, the Pokemon games were fun, but, there are some good Pokemon games that are out, which I never played, but the way the gameplay is pretty dope, but honestly, we need, better Pokemon games, and, stop relying on the Pokemon Go apps and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
I mean that too, but also I feel like Nintendo needs to do way better with the Switch, because the Switch literally has no party chat. No,
they really don't. Nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all charging all this money for this thing who nowadays the most basic smartphone, or not even basic smartphone, it don't even have to be a basic smartphone. It could be any type of non-device, whatever, and it still have some of those qualifications. And it's like, Switch don't. So it's like, at this point I understand, you guys audience and stuff, so I feel like you guys need to do better.
Completely better.
Wait, Switch on that new thing.
Yeah, it's completely better.
Yeah.
I mean, you still don't understand how much more money it would be making if they actually did what those people did.
Yeah, especially since the light was kind of a not a fail, but more like a disappointment, from what I heard.
Well, I mean, personally, as a light owner, I like the light. I really like the light. It's just, without those features, I'm gonna put it like this: no Switch, and in my opinion, feels complete without those. Those are minus little nicks that you can actually put in the system, and it'll make it way better.
That's true.
Yeah. Good point.
So, anyways, guys, I think we covered everything.
All right. So, do any of y'all got like one last piece? Y'all got an exit piece out of here? Like,
I
what's
don't
your
have
closing
nothing
statement,
else.
Corey?
Anyways, guys, gaming this year is going to be impeccable. However, question is how impeccable is going to be. Hope it doesn't flop. 2020 is around the corner. Make sure you guys, make sure you guys check our channel out. We're doing something big this year, and hopefully this copy act doesn't affect our channel or whatnot. So we want to do nothing but gaming and talk about realness and whatnot. So again, make sure you subscribe to our channel, Shogun Mafia Crew. Make sure you subscribe to both of my channels, again, SBX and SBX Games, and also subscribe to Rizzo the Unknown's channel as well. And hopefully you guys like our video. Make sure you hit that bell icon, share, like, and subscribe to the channel.
All right. Al, do you have any closing statements?
No, all I'm just saying is let's get it started. 2020, here we go.
All right. And my closing statement is, mergers beat my ass. Hopefully Coppa and us YouTubers have an understanding, so nobody won't get screwed over in 2020. And like SBS said, subscribe to this channel and subscribe to our channel.
We're out.
Peace out.
Peace.
See you in 2020.